Good afternoon. The commencement ceremony for the International Relations program of the School of Arts and Sciences will now be in order. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. David Proctor to address the graduates.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the program in International Relations, I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to address you this afternoon and to be part of the celebration of your outstanding achievements as students at Tufts University and as majors in the International Relations program. You've had the ability in your study of international relations at Tufts to be exposed to a program that in many ways focuses on what international relations really should be, as well as aspiring to what the field can continue to become. You've been introduced to the theories of international relations that have for so long been an important part of the field, particularly in the United States, whether that's realism, neorealism, liberal idealism, which have in most cases emphasized to some degree the importance of understanding the state as a core actor. Other approaches, including that practiced by one version of the English school, constructivism, along with scholarship that utilizes the methodologies and approaches of post-colonialism, feminism, and others, have argued that there are other factors, the actions of individuals and groups, as well as ideologies, belief systems, the uniqueness of cultures, and more, that must be taken into account. In our international relations program at Tufts, we present to you the theoretical frameworks that have evolved in IR, while also giving you the opportunity to see those frameworks in practice and to understand the true complexity that's represented by international relations across time and place. You've been able to take courses, whether your concentration was security studies, one of the regional areas, globalization, identity, international economics, or global health, nutrition, and the environment in a wide range of departments, from sociology to political science to anthropology to history to classical studies to economics to religion to the languages and others. The IR major has offered you the opportunity to have a breadth of exposure that few other majors at Tufts provide. In your studies in IR, you've been exposed to a broad number of methodologies and approaches, as well as learning about the centrality of the human experience and understanding how relations on the international stage actually function in practice between states, communities, and peoples. You've been exposed to different political systems, different belief systems, different concepts and conceptualizations of identity, and have gained a sense of how complex our world is and how each day it becomes more so. We hope we did a good job preparing you for what lies ahead. But as some of you have pointed out, quite rightly, there is more that we can do here to broaden the voices that appear in our courses, to continue to expand the scope of what IR encompasses. As important as it is for us to continue to take up that challenge here at Tufts, it is equally important for each one of you to continue to embrace those efforts in your lives and careers after Tufts. The only way to continue to move a field forward, to move a world forward, is for all those who are engaged in it to work together and continue to open our minds to new ideas and possibilities. We need to, as J. Ann Tickner put it, quote, see new issues in new ways, as well as to reconsider how we view traditional ones, listening to the voices to uncover different worlds and begin to build the kind of practical knowledge necessary to construct a more democratic global politics. Critical questioning of the founding assumptions of IR are crucial if IR is to contribute to building a more peaceful and just world, goals which have motivated the discipline since its founding, end quote. Your major in international relations has only been a part of your identity at Tufts. Many of you are double majors or minors. You're involved in a variety of student organizations, community organizations, and more. What defines your Tufts experience will vary for each and every one of you, and that is exactly how it should be. Tufts is a place where I hope you all found your individual path. When I first stepped foot on this campus myself some 31 years ago, as a scared, unsure freshman, I felt within those first few days that I had truly found a home, intellectually and personally, and I hope that all of you have had that same experience. Your time at Tufts has been one of expanding, developing, and refining your education and your knowledge, reaching for new intellectual heights, new levels of understanding and achieving, looking to move towards new personal and community goals. Those of you that know me know that I managed to insert the Byzantines into pretty much everything I do and say, so it's only fitting that they play a small part here as well. A 14th century Byzantine scholar, Theodore Mekitates, said that there is little more important than education, that it frees you from the confining nature of your physical body and allows you to reach heights that transcend your physical senses by freeing the mind to soar. This quest for knowledge, something humanity has shared across time and place, is, as Cornel West put it recently, quote, about living more intensely, more critically, more compassionately. It's about learning to attend to the things that matter and turning our attention away from what is superficial. Education draws out the uniqueness of people to be all that they can be in the light of their irreducible singularity. It is the maturation and cultivation of spiritually intact and morally equipped human beings, end quote. I hope each of you has found that sense of intellectual possibility and freedom during your time at Tufts. As you complete your undergraduate journey at Tufts, and as we honor your extraordinary achievements, this is also a time to reflect on those who helped you along the way, not the least of whom were your parents, friends, and family who stood by you through the good and the bad, who never lost faith in you, and who are here with you today in spirit. In addition, the faculty who helped mentor you in your classes, advise you on your courses and career paths, and with whom you've built connections which will far transcend this day. Graduates, I would ask you to join me in a short round of applause for your parents, friends, family, and faculty who have stood by you and will continue to do so. As you leave this hill, remember that you will always have a home here, that we will always be here to support and welcome you back, and that the light you have kept burning on this hill during your 4 years will continue to shine through you as you move beyond Tufts. I'd like to conclude my remarks with the thoughts of an early 20th century Lebanese poet. Quote, knowledge and understanding are life's faithful companions who will never be untrue to you. For knowledge is your crown and understanding your staff. And when they are with you, you can possess no greater treasures, end quote. On behalf of the program in international relations and as a fellow Jumbo, congratulations on all you have achieved so far and all you will achieve in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. We shall now begin the presentation of the candidates for their respective degrees. Candidates shall come to the stage to receive congratulations on behalf of the program faculty. We will now recognize the candidates for the first degree of Arts and Sciences. Members of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present to you these candidates on behalf of the faculty of the School of Arts and Science. I ask that their respective degrees now be conferred. Professor Eichenberg.
Hello, everybody. I'm Professor Eichenberg from the Political Science Department. Some of you know me. Just a personal word. This is the first time I have been in the presence of students in person since March 10th, 2020. I believe it was in Breaker 8, or not Breaker, Barnum 8. And I have to admit, I'm a little bit choked up, frankly. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations for persisting through difficult times. And since I see from the list that some of my advisees are here, I just wanted to give a special shout out and thank you for the courtesy you've shown me over your time at Tufts. I'll now read the names of the degree candidates. I believe they have instructions for what to do. And we begin with Mr. Connor K. Akiyama. Ryan G. Albanese. Patrick Billiard Delbray. Madison L. Besky Summers. Mrugank M. Busari. Jessica J. Blau. Warning, this one's long. Lily Rachel Stark Blumenthal. Brendan Brennan. Eric Britt. Samuel M. Cabot. Catherine R. Carr. Melissa Cepeda. Elena S. Chavez. Joshua E. Clarkson. Sarah C. Crawford. Nicholas E. Darrell. Julia G. Debatin. Sahil N. Deo. Daniel Di Giovanni. Katrina Isabel G. Di Malanta. Connor Harrison Doyle. Christopher G. Duyos. Alexander J. Eliason. Liam W. Elwood. Caitlin H. Enroth. Julia Falco. Daniela Christina Faro. Brendan M. Foley. Pedro Folkerts. Paula Gil Ordonez Gomez. Kian Golshan. Michael P. Gordon. Zachary Gould. Dylan Grant. Julia E. Greer. Andrew L. Hadley. Rebecca S. Henriksen. Rachel E. Herman. Shivy Heror. Alice M. Hickson.
Kunal Kapoor. Allison A. King. Michael Klaas. Olivia W. Lazan. Ariel C. Lee. Mitchell C. Lee. Michaela Zoe Lesnow. Taylor K. Lewis. Samuel G. Lynch. Nicole H. Matty. Gwendolyn L. Mexus. Caitlin K. Meslin. Emily M. Mitrione. Matthew B. Moran. Zara E. Morgan. Daniel W. Nirungo. Alessia Naboa. Maria Isabel Nolan. Haruka Noishiki. Guillaume Payou. Anna Papalexopoulou. Jason G. Pitagorski. Benjamin R. Plotnick. Michael R. Cortoraro. Catherine W. Reed. Madison Reed. Gloria M. Revanche. Jared A. Rosen. Uzair Sattar. Alexander D. Schnur. Christian V. Schoen. Ashwini Shankar. Jacob Hardy Scher. Francis A. Simmons. Nadezhda Slater. Sophia A. Song. Dawson N. Stout. Grant Charles Swanson. Abigail K. Treff. Alexandra T. Sitsaringos. Lomax Piotr Turner. Margaret L. Van Scoy. Shirley Wang. William R. Winefield. Caroline R. Wolinski. George Yu. Daniel L. Zekin. Dinghan Zhang. Xianyu Zhang. Yichan Zhang. Chan Young Ha.
I would now like to recognize the candidates for degrees who are learning remotely or unable to attend today's ceremony in person, but who are watching the proceedings remotely. I will now read their names in alphabetical order. Students have been invited to upload videos of themselves so that their images can be part of today's proceedings. The remote graduates are Zoe A. Adamopoulos and Brittany S. Ms. Adamopoulos. Brittany S. Foster.
Matthew D. Jourlet. Siu Lei. And Arlo M. Moore Bloom. William C. Sadler. On behalf of the International Relations Program staff and faculty, let me say congratulations, class of 2021. Give yourselves another round of applause. And as the recessional music begins, we would like to ask that you students to recess first, starting from the last row and working the way to the front of the auditorium. Faculty members will follow after students. Please continue outside and remember to stay socially distanced even after you exit the building. And again, congratulations.
T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, 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 the dear old brown and steady and true, rush along, brown and blue, raise the mighty scores on your day, fearless in battle field and never yield, brown and blue for hey, hammer them hard, boys, and break through their guard, that is old Tufts, Tonia's way, and the glorious Savannah once again. T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, 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 to the dear old brown and blue, up on the hill tonight, all will be again.